Well, welcome back, everybody, to the second annual Des Moines Choral Society Sing-A-Thon. My name is Abhay Nadipuram. I am the General Counsel for Care Initiatives, and I have the good fortune of being on the board of directors for the Des Moines Choral Society. So thank you all for being here. I'm joined right now by one of our most important members of our choir, our accompanist, Michael Gukin. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Abhay?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you. So as all of you know who have been to our concerts before and tuned in last year, Michael's our accompanist. He is a choral music director in addition to serving as our piano extraordinaire in the Choral Society. So Michael, thanks again for being part of the Sing-A-Thon. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you're going to be performing today, and maybe if you do have some time, talk a little bit about what the Choral Society means to you.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to be presenting three pieces. There are three piano pieces. The first one is an arrangement of O Holy Night, which is really fantastic. It kind of has a little flair in the middle of it. The second one is a prelude by Debussy. And the third one is an arrangement of a melody that Percy Granger put together, and it's called the Sussex Mummers Christmas Carol.
That's fantastic. Well, you know, that we have a lot of people listening in today, family, friends, people that have probably never even heard of the Des Moines Choral Society. We appreciate all of their support continuously, but maybe for their benefit, talk a little bit about, you know, why you are part of the Choral Society in addition to being a high school choral director, which obviously takes up, you know, the majority of your time. Why do you sort of take the free time that you have to be part of our group?
Absolutely. Well, I was introduced to the Choral Society by one of my friends who was performing for the winter concert, and I heard the group and it was an absolutely amazing sound. And I said, I have to be a part of it. Not only do they sound amazing under the direction of James Rohde, but they also do amazing music. And so I knew that I had to be a part of it. And it's been a very, very meaningful part of my life ever since. I just can't get enough of it. So I started accompanying the group recently and absolutely love it.
Fantastic. Well, Michael, thanks for everything you do for the Choral Society. Thanks for being part of the Sing-A-Thon. And everybody, please enjoy the three performances by Michael Gukin, our accompanist.
everybody. Jackie with Local 5 ABC. So excited to be with you during this holiday season and very excited to talk about Des Moines Choral Society. This is an organization I have supported for many years. In fact, one of my first events that I did when I first moved to the Des Moines metro area as a journalist was to be one of their celebrity singers at a fundraiser where I was singing, "News, glorious news." I love this group. They have a lot of fun. They're exciting, and boy, are they just some incredible musicians. So thank you for tuning in to their Sing-A-Thon happening today. Please open up your hearts, your wallets if you can, and continue to support the Des Moines Choral Society. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you again to Michael Gukin, our wonderful accompanist, for sharing his gift of music with us. Again, everybody, I'm Abhay Nadipuram. I'm a board member of the Des Moines Choral Society. I'm the Vice President and General Counsel for Care Initiatives. And right now I'm pleased to be with Jane Ryder, who is one of our most veteran members of the Choral Society. Hi, Jane. How are you?
Hi, Abhay. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for being with us. And again, thanks for being part of this Sing-A-Thon. Do you want to share with the group a little bit today, our listeners and viewers, what you're going to be performing?
Well, this is an octet formed of members of the Choral Society. We have all kinds of music from sacred to just kind of darn fun. We'll be doing Holly and the Ivy, Angels We Have Heard on High, I'll Be Home for Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And the second part of our program is going to end with a delightful song called The Next Day After Christmas.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
I need to grease the sheet, or they will not come off of here. I thought if we only had 2 kinds of cookies.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you to the octet, our first octet, for putting together a great performance. I am here with 2 individuals I have just so much respect for. I've had the luxury of being able to sing under both of their directions. In addition to Dr. James Rohde being here, our artistic director, also joined by my close friend and my college choir director, Dr. Lee Nelson, who I should in advance say thank you, Dr. Nelson, for being here. It is Christmas with Wartburg weekend, so you'll see Dr. Nelson in just a second in his concert dress because he is getting ready to warm up a bunch of singers and instrumentalists to continue on their weekend. So I want to preface this conversation before I kick it to Dr. Rohde by saying that I was a 4-year member of the Wartburg Choir, and one of my priorities when I left Wartburg was making sure that I had other opportunities to sing. And the reason I had those type of ambitions is because of having a director, Dr. Nelson, who not only encouraged us to be good singers while we were at Wartburg, but be good singers after we left at Wartburg, because our time as singers is not just for a snapshot of time in college, but for the future. And I know the Wartburg Choir has a mission to not only serve the college and serve its alums, but also serve all the communities they sing in, which is exactly what the Choral Society does. Again, Dr. Nelson, thank you so much for being here. Dr. Rohde, thank you so much for being here. Without further ado, I will kick it over to Dr. Rohde, and I very much look forward to listening into this conversation.
Yeah, well, thanks, Abai. Dr. Nelson, thanks so much for being with us today. Let's just continue on. I've got a couple of things to say to introduce you to everyone in a moment, but let's continue on with what Abai was just talking about. Your thoughts of wanting this to be a lifelong experience. And I know just seeing, I love the Wartburg Choir, and I do so because, well, I just love you and all that you do there. So I've been there, maybe once a year I get a chance to hear your group, and it's always just so fulfilling. But let's let's talk, have you talk just a little bit about what Abai was bringing up.
Yeah, thanks. Well, first, thanks so much for having me on, and thanks for all you do. The Des Moines Choral Society is such an important part of the arts community here in Iowa. And students, former students like Abai, who have a really special place in my heart. He was the section leader my very first year at Wartburg, and in many ways, Abai sort of kind of held my hand through that first year and showed me sort of the ropes around. And I feel so blessed to work with students just like Abai. And something we talk about a lot is, we don't sing for a halftime. We sing for a lifetime. So don't let your singing stop when you're in college. Keep on going. Find places to sing. And anyone who moves anywhere near the Des Moines area, the first person I bring up is Jim Rohde. You've got to sing with him. And I said, if I could drive and make it there on those rehearsals, I would be singing there too. So I'm just so pleased that so many Wartburg alums are singing with the Des Moines Choral Society, and will continue to do so. And yeah, we sing to heal people. We sing to bring light. We sing to bring hope. And that's a mission that I so value in what you do with Des Moines Choral Society. We have the same mission. We're kindred spirits in that. So thanks for all you do, Jim, and thanks for having me on this today.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I would agree that as Robert Shaw said, no matter where we are as conductors, it is a sancto sanctorum. It's a sacred place. So it is, as you said, divine. And then also, what I've said to my singers on many times is that we give people hope when we do that. They're taken away. I just talking to the choir the other day. I said, now, for the past several minutes, how many of you have been thinking about any of the issues out there in the world? And no one had. They'd all been just involved with each other at doing these, singing together, and it's just it's a great thing. Well, Lee, I want to thank you again for being here, and you are one of my inspirations. I look to you for repertoire, for what you're doing with the sound of your choir, the spirit of your choir, the creativity that you have. You're just a real inspiration for me. So thanks. Whatever Lee does with his Wartburg choir, I'm probably going to do the same thing about a year or two later. So,
well, the feeling's mutual, my friend. Yeah. You're the person who got me into this business, so I have you to thank for that.
Well, I appreciate that. So with the pandemic, I'm not a singer. I'm a conductor, but it seems like with this pandemic, there was I hear from singers about how important it is to them that they're just back singing again. And almost shockingly to me, how much that some of them are saying that how much that they really missed just this connection and being able to sing on a regular basis. Have you felt any of that with your
100%? Yeah. What we found in the pandemic, I think, is just how much music fits into our hearts and our souls and our minds, and it's like a food. It's like a vitamin that we were deficient with for 18 months, and I don't think I've seen choirs more invested in rehearsals than I have in this past year. Last night's concert for us was magical. I mean, it's normally a very busy day when we bring our Christmas concert down to Des Moines, and our students were crying in the rehearsal just because we were there doing it again. And we talked about how it's an oxymoron, how music is an or Christmas with Wartburg can be. It's busy. Yet it is so fulfilling. It's frustrating yet so fun, and it takes so long, and yet it's done in a twinkle of an eye. And our students and our singers are just so grateful to be back and enjoying all of the positive aspects of making music again. And I think we filled in a lot of hearts and provided a lot of love and peace in a time that we all needed.
Yeah, and there's clearly a difference with being there in person and actually seeing and hearing that sound, than hearing some recording or online, etc. So.
Yeah, I had a young tenor who was singing in the aisle last night, in amongst the audience for one of the audience sing-alongs, and he said, as soon as I heard the voices next to me, he goes, he goes, I just cried. I just cried through the whole carol. He's like, it was "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." Why am I crying? And just a cathartic moment. We didn't know how much we needed it.
Yeah. That's just well, I'm chilling up just hearing you talk about it. I mean, I guess that is what one thing is that I mentioned we could talk about today is what are the joys that you and I get out of being choral conductors, and I mean, you might be hitting on it right there.
Well, for me, it's just watching the transformations take place again. I haven't conducted a festival since March of 2020, March 8th of 2020. And I just conducted the Nebraska All-State Choir, and watching transformation happen again. What a great joy that is. Watching music seep into the hearts and minds, and watching students love each other sincerely and authentically and care for each other in a time that loving your neighbor seems to be all over the place. Right now, I'm seeing in these singers and these students differing opinions on everything, right? But they come together and they make music, and they authentically love and respect each other. And I tell them all the time, we are the way forward. What we are doing is the way forward. And this is where the world needs to go. We're a microcosm of how the world needs to function. Keep loving your neighbor.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've always felt like if I can have singers walking off the risers or even leaving a rehearsal feeling 9 feet tall, I'm at least doing an adequate job, with that. I mean, that gives me a sense of, fulfillment in my work. So that's great. Great to hear you talking about that. When you start the year, and I know we just have about a minute or two left here, but what are some of as you look at the year, what kind of challenges do you see, when you say, okay, I got a new choir, here we go. And what are your biggest challenges as you look forward?
Well, right now, I mean, music, sort of the tradition of what we do gets passed down, from singer to singer, and we've lost this now. I just realized last night that out of all of the performers, only 50% of them had ever done Christmas with Wartburg the way we did it last night. Only the third and fourth years. And so there's a sort of a relearning, but which also provides a beautiful opportunity for us to redefine and sort of look at how we do what we do. We're singing masked still, so still just, working with tone and shape and finding new ways to get that sound that we're after. Has been a challenge, and then not knowing what to plan for, right? Everything we plan, it seems to be upended. So those are the big challenges, but geez, I'm sure glad we get to plan at all for anything, right? I'm glad we're able to make some sound. I'm glad I'm worrying about the vowels under the masks. I'd rather do that than not be singing.
Yeah, exactly. My students are all masked as well. And you're right. Some of these students, they don't know if I smile or not. They haven't, some of them don't really know my face, and I don't know theirs, just because with the Des Moines Choral Society as well, the new members, I've only seen them masked up at this point. Yeah, that's a frustration, but we're coming out of it. We've got to come out of this at some point here.
We do. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing when we can see the smiles again, and we look forward to that.
Great. Well, we are, Lee, thank you so much. I admire you so deeply.
Hello, I'm Ann Selzer, and I sang with the Des Moines Choral Society for over 20 years, making it a meaningful part of my life. I came from a musical family, and we enjoyed all kinds of music, but I'd never had much formal training. I took my first voice lessons in my late 30s. I told my teacher I wanted to be a blues singer, and she said, well, let's start you with some little Italian art songs. Turns out I really like little Italian art songs. The benefit of the Choral Society, and one of the things I miss, was having beautiful music in my head all the time, always playing on background. I've been introduced to major works by brilliant composers, those from long ago and those who are still composing today. One of the things I just loved was the camaraderie, especially in the alto section, but really among all of the singers. And we put in a lot of hard work, and it was exhilarating to see our performances get better and better year after year after year. The Choral Society helped me become a musician, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that Des Moines has a top-notch choral group for all to enjoy, and I hope you will. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Sturm.
And I'm Julie Sturm.
And we perform violin and cello with the Des Moines Choral Society. And we have done for years, and it's one of the things we truly look forward to each time we're asked to perform with them.
Even in our busy lives, going down to Des Moines and working with the choir and coming up with a performance worthy of an audience is always exciting, but it also always lifts my spirits. It just changes my life.
And I think we both agree that the Des Moines Choral Society in the city of Des Moines, which has many wonderful arts ensembles, is one of the treasures of this city. And it's always a privilege for us to perform with the Des Moines Choral Society.
All right. Well, again, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that great conversation with Dr. Nelson and Dr. Rohde. We're now here with Gordon Smith and Mackenzie Stern, two of my friends, and I'm not singing with the Choral Society this year. I'm just on the board, but I miss seeing them at my Sunday night rehearsals. So, Gordon, Mackenzie, hi. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks,
great.
guys.
How are you?
Good to see you guys. Well, maybe I'll start with Mackenzie. Mackenzie, do you want to maybe take a second? We only have about a minute, but maybe talk about a couple of the songs you're going to sing, and maybe Gordon can wrap us up.
Absolutely. So we're really excited to continue presenting just some Christmas classics, really fun music. So coming up, like Jane said, we still have Holly and the Ivy. We got a little Silver Bells, a little Ding Dong, Merrily on High, among others.
Excellent. And Gordon, anything to add?
I think those are good. We're looking forward to it. It's been fun to put it together. And as we heard Dr. Rohde and Dr. Nelson talk, it's so nice to get back together and be able to do this again. So.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Mackenzie and Gordon, thanks for singing in the Choral Society. Of course, thank you for being part of this event. This is the second annual Sing-A-Thon. As a reminder, everybody, this is a fundraiser for the Choral Society. We're a nonprofit organization. We take a lot of pride in not only providing music to our audience members, but also continuing to engage the community and ensuring that music becomes part of remains part of our society day to day. So enjoy the music.
Ding dong merrily on high, and the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is ringed with angels singing. Hosanna in excelsis. us on Christmas Day in the morn. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bells roll by, as clear as any go, and very poor sweet Jesus Christ, born to redeem us all. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The first day after Christmas, my true love and I had a fight. And so I chopped the pear tree down and burned it just for spite. And with a single cartridge, I shot that blasted partridge. My true love came to me. The second day after Christmas, I pulled on the old rubber gloves and very gently wrung the necks of the turtle doves. My true love came to me. The third day after Christmas, my mother thought to cool. I had to use the 3 French hairs to make some chicken soup. The 4 common birds were being misted, for the language was obscene. The 5 gold rings were completely fake, and they turned my fingers green. The 6th day after Christmas, the 6 ladies wouldn't lay. I gave the whole content to the ASPCA. On the 7th day, what a mess I found. All 7 of the sleeping squads had drowned. My true love came to me. The 8th day after Christmas, before they could suspect, I bundled up 3 8 maids a milking 9 pipers piping 10 ladies dancing 11 lords a leaping 12 drummers drumming.
Well, actually, I kept one of the drummers for myself.
And sent them back your bag. I wrote my true love with a true love, and I said in so many words, furthermore, your Christmas is a prodigal. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Hi, welcome back to the Sing-A-Thon. We're at the top of hour 5 here. And for the first segment this hour, we're going to be in a director's chat with our artistic director, Dr. James Rohde. I will go ahead and let him introduce our guest, and then you'll get to hear them chat back and forth a little bit about their experiences in choral music. Dr. Rohde, go ahead.
Good, thank you. Thanks, Elise, for that, and welcome. I'm really pleased today to have really my best pal with me today. His name is Rick Biella, and Rick has had a long history in choral music. We met back in probably the 1980s, mid 1980s, when we were at school together at the University of Iowa, both working on our doctorates together, and just a friendship struck up there that's gone on and on. And whenever I need any help, he's always the person I call, and he's always there for me. So just a wonderful person. Rick, welcome.
Thank you, Jim. And I'm just back at you. You know how much I respect your work and all the incredible ensembles you've had over the years, and the way you relate to students, and obviously to the Des Moines Choral Society as well. And all of that is a real credit to you.
Well, thanks a lot. Rick has been, he spent around 25 years or so at Lawrence University, then went on to Texas Tech, where he led the program there, working with doctoral students, masters, and undergrad students as well. Then retired, moved back up to Wisconsin, but still maintained the directorship of the San Antonio Chamber Choir. And this fall semester, is filling in on an interim basis at Carthage College on the shores of Lake Michigan. So Rick, why don't you just talk a little bit about maybe both groups, just so we get an idea of what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, Eduardo Garcia Novelli, who has a Texas background and also from Argentina, was the conductor here at Carthage College for the last 13 years, I believe, and had done some very nice work. And he approached me when he received the position at Kansas University to come in to help this year, and I could only help this first term, but it's been a powerful term of really some profound student leadership. They're anxious to get back at it, and I think everybody is so anxious to make music in person. We had a virtual year with San Antonio Chamber Choir, and much of what they did at Carthage last year was also virtual or spread out so far that they can't hear each other, that kind of routine that you've been through, Jim. And we all know how unsatisfying that is, especially for people that actually want to hear other people when they're singing. I guess if everybody was a diva, there would be no problem.
Yeah.
They could be miles apart and they would be happy. But for those of us that actually like to make music with each other, we like to be in proximity so we can actually interplay and play off of what they are sensing about the music. I think one of the most remarkable things is getting the idea of the color of each voice, the beauty of the soul of that voice and that person to full blossoming becomes a goal for all of us as we journey on this routine to make every concert, every piece come to life fully. I think Nadia Boulanger said it best, this idea of getting the composer, getting the performers, getting everything out of the way so that the work can really speak and really blossom is our collective goal continually as we move through these incredible journeys that we get to do now again, and hopefully we will never be just sitting in isolation doing virtual concerts ever again.
Yeah, right. That is not my cup of tea by any means. It struck me, just in talking with people every once in a while, how much they missed singing, and I almost to a point where it surprised me. I knew they'd probably miss that activity, but it ran deeper than that. Like they really needed this. Have you run into any of that?
I had a student last night before the concert. Sometimes I will ask them to share some thoughts. And, I mentioned about some thoughts about the music, but one student spoke up and said, I think we're doing this for the soul of mankind. And I think he meant humankind, of this idea of that we cannot live without either the making of the music or this aspect of the process of really I get the sense that getting the dirt under the fingernails when you're really working on music in a vigorous manner is quite substantially rewarding for people who really care about integrity or want to care, and maybe they haven't experienced this in any other part of their life, and they get that aspect more so when they're making music at a high level, as your group does, all your groups do, and they start to blossom more as people in everything they're doing, so that the tentacles of influence that come from the process of making great music and making it even better is, I think, a powerful fact of our profession. I just think when it's done selflessly, as you do so beautifully all the time.
You're reminding me of something Robert Shaw said, and this isn't a direct quote, but something like, "I am continually amazed at how working on the minute details can bring about such spiritual understanding."
Absolutely. We're actually performing a little swailing piece that's been quite challenging for the choir, the Gaudete Omnes of Swailing, a beautiful 5-part motet that has challenged them to the nth degree. Well, last night we had true joy through that minutia work that had taken, a good 3 weeks to get past. I told them 3 rehearsals ago, I said, "You have finally let Swalink into the family." I said, now the next thing is to make him your best friend. And they have made him their best friend. And so this aspect of touching the hem of greatness through the great music that we get to do with so many different composers through the centuries is a powerful, timeless connection that you feel to that sense of eternity almost when you start to talk about composers like J.S. Bach and Handel and all the rest, and that never gets boring for me.
One of the things I've loved about your programs over the years, and you've been kind of a pioneer, I think, of this in our profession, where you start with a concept, a programmatic theme. You take out, there's always a strong thread of something that weaves its way through the performance, picking music that actually, brings that to fruition. I still remember one of the first concerts that I saw you do. This must go back to like early 90s or something, when it was a 25-minute performance, but I felt like it was around 12 minutes because everything just seemed to flow and I just was engaged in it so much. So that's one of the challenges I have, is trying to pick repertoire. Can you talk about how you approach?
Is that why you always call me about repertoire?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jim, for those nice words. I do hope that the audience has an experience of a story through the journey of any program that we put together. I think there's power in story, and certainly individual pieces have great benefit, but the idea of some kind of link, even if it's loose, is somewhat telling. I also find it interesting to take a piece that maybe is too esoteric for the general audience, but put between two folds of more graspable. Is that a word?
Let's go ahead and say it is.
Okay, it is today. Anyway, if we have, in other words, if you put a new kind of meat that you've never had in the middle of a sandwich with great bread, you're probably still going to eat the sandwich. And I think there is something to that as we put together a little symphonettes. I would call them symphonettes of sets of music that are complementing both rhythmic intensity, textural balance, key relationships that are interesting. All those kinds of things, I think, create a flow that is can be quite striking.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be out of time here in just a matter of seconds, I think, Rick. It's great to see you, and you've done such great work. You bring such joy to so many people. Thanks for being with us today, and my best wishes to you and your family.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Hansen from here at KCCI in Des Moines, but I'm also a Central Iowa native and a lifelong singer. I've been singing since I was in junior choir at church, all the way through Wartburg College, where I got to sing in the choir at Carnegie Hall and throughout Europe. Now I'm in a gospel quintet, and I've even made an appearance with the Des Moines Choral Society, singing with them as well. I can tell you that the camaraderie that happens in practices is so valuable, and what concerts and what the music performances do for the culture around Central Iowa is immeasurable. Music is so powerful. I've witnessed it throughout my life, and I thank the Choral Society for all that they do in pushing that forward, that culture in Central Iowa. And I thank all the supporters of the Choral Society as well. Without that support, that music wouldn't be possible. Keep up the singing. Keep up doing great things around Central Iowa. Thanks for including me in the past, and thanks for making Central Iowa a better place to live.
Happy holidays. My name is Tricia Hoffman-Schamanik, attorney and senior vice president at Shuttleworth and Ingersoll PLC. We are glad to sponsor the Des Moines Choral Society, an organization that brings people together during this holiday season and throughout the year. We look forward to future community events and the opportunity to strengthen our bond with the communities that have been essential to our success since 1854. At Shuttleworth and Ingersoll, we truly believe that we are stronger together.
I grew up in the Baptist church and singing this music all of my life, so it's kind of just in me. And I've been very fortunate that gospel music is in me, but I've also had a lot of classical training as well. So this was a great opportunity to explore that and have the Choral Society be able to jump into this journey, this adventure of tackling gospel music, something that is not the opposite of what we've done, but it's not necessarily something that's common in our repertoire.
I like taxis, I like trains, I like Brooklyn when it rains, but I love Betsy. I like walking after dark, I like jogs in Prospect Park, but I love Betsy. I like Shake Shack, I like MoMA, and New Jersey's Rep-A-Roma, the parades and I see 'em, and even the DMV. And the Brooklyn Bridge ride bike. Heck, there's lots of stuff I like, but I love Betsy, and she loves me. She likes hockey, no I swear. She likes guys with thinning hair, and I love Betsy. She likes pizza and Chinese, Louboutins and mac and cheese. I love Betsy. She likes swimming, writing letters. She likes watching doubleheaders. She likes Berman and sake and even likes Rocky 3. I'm amazed and I'm impressed, but the thing I love the best is I love Betsy and she loves me. 5 years. I've been in love with Betsy for 5 years. I can't believe she stuck with me. What kind of luck have I got to keep someone like her around? 10 years. My mom's been dead already for 10 years. So since she put that curse on me, no, there's no curse, it's not a curse, forget I said curse. The point is it's been long enough, now it's time to grow up, mom's in the ground. And look what I found. I like dancing on the pier, I like Broadway once a year, but I love Betsy. I like visits to the zoo, I like opera, that's not true, but I love Betsy. It's been 5 years and I'm ready, give the sparklers and confetti, give a wink to the waiter and summon the maitre d'. Just like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I will make her my fiancé. I love Betsy. I love Betsy. I love Betsy. And Betsy loves me. I'm a schmuck and Betsy loves me. Doesn't matter what I do, I know it's true. I could never live without her. Betsy loves me. It's amazing, Betsy loves me. And tonight I'm gonna show her just how proud I am to know her. There's no danger, there's no drama, there's no cursing, there's no mama, but my problems in the past. I'm a grown-up man at last. I'm the luckiest guy from the Bronx to the island, so laugh if you wanna. This whole town's gonna see that I love Betsy. Sorry, mama, I love Betsy, and she loves me. Where did she go? can she be? When will she come again? Calling to me, calling to me, calling to me. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the shimmer of the wind upon the waters. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the glimmer of the sunlight on the sea. Somewhere there's a girl who's like the swell of endless music. Somewhere she is singing and her song is meant for me. And her voice, it's sweet as angels sighing. And her voice, it's warm as summer sky. And that sound, it haunts my dreams and spins me round until it seems I'm flying. Her voice, I can sense her laughter and the ripple of the waves against the shoreline. I can see her smiling in the moonlight as it settles on the sand. I can feel her waiting just beyond the pale horizon, singing out a melody too lovely to withstand. And her voice, it's there as dusk is falling. And her voice, it's there as dawn steals by. Pure and bright is always near, all day, all night, and still I hear it calling. Her voice. Strange as a dream, real as the sea. If you can hear me now, come set me free, come set me free. Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray, reaching for the day we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. We may not reach the ending, slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but finally a city of man. A city of man.
Hey, we're back again. Lavon's working hard here on the peanut blossoms.
Really hard.
They look amazing. They really do.
Lots of sugar.
I always have trouble staying out of the chocolate, but I'm gonna work on the ginger cookies that I mentioned earlier. You know, as I said, we tried to make gingerbread cookies when the girls were really small, and because that's what you do when you have, you're a new mom, trying to do it right. And nobody liked the gingerbread cookies because they're so strong. I mean, they're made, they go back into Germany, like way back into the Middle Ages, and they're sweetened with molasses, which was a lot cheaper than sugar. But it makes such a strong, potent cookie that I found a orange ginger spice. It's a Swedish cookie that I make, and they are rolled out. I try to avoid rolling cookies out, but one isn't too bad.
One isn't too bad.
One isn't too bad. The rest of them are all pressed down and molded cookies. So, do that. I'm gonna get the dough out. We made this ahead. This is the magic of modern television partners. But, so get that out and get it to start to soften on there. But, I'm gonna use the gingerbread boy and the gingerbread girl because, there's not a lock on that. But those actually came not way back in the Middle Ages, but gingerbread people started with Queen Victoria and Prince Albert.
Really?
Uh-huh. She actually had the molds cut out in the form of her favorite courtiers. So we have generic people today. But for us, this is where it came from. So I think we're just about ready to go to the oven. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
It was great to check in with the progress that Sue and Lavon are making in their baking day. And what a lovely performance from Devin. I am Elise Morris. I'm one of the board members, the Vice President for Marketing and Communications at the Des Moines Choral Society. Welcome back. And if you're just joining us now, welcome. We are so excited to have all of our viewers with us and to be able to do this again for a second time, hopefully an annual new tradition here for us. One of the things that we'd like to share with you is that we are we're so excited that we are over 90% of the way to our goal already for the day, our initial goal of $10,000. So we are announcing now that we are increasing our goal to $12,000, just about halfway through the day. And we're so excited that we're getting so much support, and we're so thankful for all of the support that we've received so far. So thank you again. Now I'd like to introduce our next performer, Elaine Wedeking. Elaine was the accompanist for the Des Moines Choral Society for 22 seasons. Is that right, Elaine?
That's correct.
Wow. Elaine retired in 2019, so she hasn't been away too long, and we're so happy that she's coming back with us today to share some of her music with us. Elaine, do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the music that you'll be performing?
Yes, I'll be glad to. I just wanted to say, first of all, that it was a great privilege to work with the Choral Society, and I'm so happy that I was able to spend all those years working with those wonderful singers, and of course, Jim Rohde.
Yes, and we've been so thankful to have had you with us too.
One of the things that I have done in the past few years is began learning to play the harp. And so what you'll see later is 4 harp pieces that I've recorded. And I don't have any particular comments, except the first 2 are special Christmas carols to me that lend themselves quite well to the harp. The last piece I'm going to play is Irving Berlin's song, Always. And I learned to play that after I lost my dad right at the beginning of the lockdown last year. He did not die from COVID, and he lived well into his 90s, as my mother did too. Now they're both gone, but this is a tune that my dad used to whistle or sing to my mom. So it's very special to our family, and one that I've really enjoyed learning to play.
Oh, Elaine, what a beautiful story. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. Such a personal piece for you. We will be going into your segment here in just a minute. Do you want to tell us anything about your experience learning to play the harp quickly? Is it something that you've been enjoying?
I have really enjoyed it very much, yes. I study with Kristen Moss, who lives 4 blocks away from me, and she helped me I started on a smaller harp and graduated to the pedal harp.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And welcome back. What lovely performances by Elaine in there, and such a nice tribute to her parents too. That was so nice of her to share that with us. We are wrapping up the 5th hour of the Sing-A-Thon. Our next performer is here with us, Courtney. Courtney is a member of the board of directors and is also part of the choir. So Courtney is, and she's a teacher for elementary music. So Courtney, we talked earlier in the director's chat about how important it is to make music together and how much we are all recognizing that coming off of a year where we couldn't do that. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience maybe in 2020 and now coming back together?
Sure. Last year, I was teaching for Des Moines Public Schools, and we were online teaching for about 5 months. And then we came back hybrid for 2 months, and then we came back with all students in the building for the rest of the school year. So I got little glimpses of my students through the camera and then in person later on second semester. It has been really interesting coming back, same with Des Moines Choral Society this year, being virtual a little and then together rehearsing. And so it's been such a nice feeling singing together again, and I can't wait to listen to the performance next week.
Yes, that's a great reminder. Our concert next Saturday at St. Ambrose Cathedral at 7:30. Please plan to join us there. You can get your tickets at dmchoral.org.
Christmas, there's just one thing I need. I don't care about
Hello, I'm Ann Selzer, and I sang with the Des Moines Choral Society for over 20 years, making it a meaningful part of my life. I came from a musical family, and we enjoyed all kinds of music, but I'd never had much formal training. I took my first voice lessons in my late 30s. I told my teacher I wanted to be a blues singer, and she said, well, let's start you with some little Italian art songs. Turns out I really like little Italian art songs. The benefit of the Choral Society, and one of the things I miss, was having beautiful music in my head all the time, always playing on background. I've been introduced to major works by brilliant composers, those from long ago and those who are still composing today. One of the things I just loved was the camaraderie, especially in the alto section, but really among all of the singers. And we put in a lot of hard work, and it was exhilarating to see our performances get better and better year after year after year. The Choral Society helped me become a musician, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that Des Moines has a top-notch choral group for all to enjoy, and I hope you will. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Sturm.
And I'm Julie Sturm.
And we perform violin and cello with the Des Moines Choral Society. And we have done for years, and it's one of the things we truly look forward to each time we're asked to perform with them.
Even in our busy lives, going down to Des Moines and working with the choir and coming up with a performance worthy of an audience is always exciting, but it also always lifts my spirits. It just changes my life.
And I think we both agree that the Des Moines Choral Society in the city of Des Moines, which has many wonderful arts ensembles, is one of the treasures of this city. And it's always a privilege for us to perform with the Des Moines Choral Society.
The Des Moines Choral Society has a 42-year tradition of bringing excellence in choral music and music outreach to Central Iowans. Our concert season begins December 11th, 1 week from today, with Christmas with the Choral Society at St. Ambrose Cathedral in Des Moines. Songs of the season, classical works with chamber orchestra, and a brand new work by Des Moines' own Elaine Hagenberg are guaranteed to get you in the holiday mood. View the Choral Society's complete season schedule and purchase tickets at dmchoral.org. We want to thank our current season sponsors, whose generosity helps that tradition to continue. And thanks to you for tuning in to our Sing-A-Thon fundraiser. Use the link in the description below to view the complete Sing-A-Thon schedule and make a donation to sponsor a singer. We wish you the happiest of holidays.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 6th hour of the Des Moines Choral Society Sing-A-Thon. My name is Courtney Enan, and I'll be your host for this hour. First, we have our next singer, Melissa Crum. Melissa, welcome to the 6th hour of the Sing-A-Thon. First, will you please tell us how many years you've been singing with Des Moines Choral Society, and what part do you sing?
Sure. So I've been singing with the Choral Society for 3, maybe 4 seasons. It's hard to remember with COVID in there. And I sing soprano too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been really fun to be close to you in rehearsals, even from far away when we were in COVID last year. What drew you to sing with the Des Moines Choral Society?
Honestly, it was Dr. Rohde. I sang under Dr. Rohde during my time at Iowa State University. And he just has such a way of bringing out emotion from the singers and from the audience. And I love that experience. I love choral music. And so having the opportunity to get to do that again with Dr. Rohde was great.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a unique opportunity to sing with Dr. Rohde in college and now as an adult as well. What fills your time outside of Des Moines Choral Society?
Oh, lots of things. I have 2 kids, so lots of things with them, lots of musical things with them. We're a very musical family, so it's fun. My daughter and I actually spent most of this afternoon composing songs. She likes to write her own music, and then I get to write it all down on the staff paper for her as she's composing. So we do a lot of that, and then I work for the Des Moines Public Schools as well.
Yes, that's one of our connections in the past. We've worked together in Des Moines Public Schools. What was it like working virtually last year and then coming back into the school at the end of last year and this year?
It was a challenge for sure. But it was also a really good learning opportunity, I think, for both the teachers and for the students. You know, the teachers had to learn how to present all of that information, and the students had to learn how to learn that way. So it was definitely a challenge, but a really good growth experience for everybody. And then getting to come back together, oh, just seeing their little faces in the hallway, even though you could only see them, you know, from the nose up, just, you know, getting to see them and hear their laughter again was just so great.
Awesome. Well, last year when you performed for the Sing-A-Thon, you had some really unique backgrounds. And what will you be sharing with us today?
Well, the kids and I recorded Do You Want to Build a Snowman from Frozen. And then I did Once Upon a December from Anastasia. And then Do You Hear What I Hear?
Great. We can't wait. Thanks so much.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door, it's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, but now we're not. I wish you could tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be your snowman. Go away, Lindy. Okay,
Do you want to build a snowman or ride our bike around the halls? I think some company is overdue. I'll start talking to the pictures on the walls. It gets a little lonely, all these empty rooms, just watching the hours tick by.
Please, I know you're in there. People are asking where you've been. They say have courage, and I'm trying to. I'm right out here for you. Just let me in. We only have each other. It's just you and me. What are we gonna do? Do you want to build a snowman? Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. Someone holds me safe and warm. across my memory. Someone holds me safe and warm. Horses prance through silver storm. Figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Far away, long ago, glowing dim as ember. Things my heart used to know, things it yearns to remember. And a song someone sings. Once upon a December. Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star dancing in the night with a tail as big as
Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Hansen from here at KCCI in Des Moines, but I'm also a Central Iowa native and a lifelong singer. I've been singing since I was in junior choir at church, all the way through Wartburg College, where I got to sing in the choir at Carnegie Hall and throughout Europe. Now I'm in a gospel quintet, and I've even made an appearance with the Des Moines Choral Society, singing with them as well. I can tell you that the camaraderie that happens in practices is so valuable, and what concerts and what the music performances do for the culture around Central Iowa is immeasurable. Music is so powerful. I've witnessed it throughout my life, and I thank the Choral Society for all that they do in pushing that forward, that culture in Central Iowa. And I thank all the supporters of the Choral Society as well. Without that support, that music wouldn't be possible. Keep up the singing. Keep up doing great things around Central Iowa. Thanks for including me in the past, and thanks for making Central Iowa a better place to live.
Happy holidays. My name is Trisha Hoffman-Shamanik, attorney and senior vice president at Shuttleworth and Ingersoll PLC. We are glad to sponsor the Des Moines Choral Society, an organization that brings people together during this holiday season and throughout the year. We look forward to future community events and the opportunity to strengthen our bond with the communities that have been essential to our success since 1854. At Shuttleworth and Ingersoll, we truly believe that we are stronger together.
That was wonderful. Now I am joined with Mackenzie Stern and Haley Gibbons, and today they will be performing a trio. Haley, will you tell us a little bit about your trio?
Sure. So when we announced the Sing-A-Thon at rehearsal back in maybe October, Mackenzie and I just walked right towards each other, I think, and said, hey, we should do something together. And I said, I'm sure I could find someone or some other people to sing with us too. And so I asked my colleagues, Mrs. Chloe McCartney and Mrs. Heather Nail, they teach with me in West Des Moines. And so they both said yes as well. So that's how we formed a trio. And then one of our songs will be a quartet.
Fantastic. Mackenzie, will you tell us about the songs that you will be doing today?
Of course, yeah. So our rep includes O Thou That Tellest Good Tidings to Zion by Handel, a little classical in there. We're doing Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, another Christmas carol. And then you might recognize the last one, the quartet, Itnem and Bweli, as it was featured in Frozen.
Fun. Oh my gosh, what a crowd favorite. I can't wait for that one. And how many years have you all been in Des Moines Choral Society? What parts do you sing? Haley?
Yeah, so I sing alto 1, and I've been in Choral Society since 2017.
And I sing soprano 1, and I've been in it since 2016.
Fantastic. Well, we're so lucky to have both of you here today. Tell me, what fills your time outside of being with Des Moines Choral Society? Mackenzie, would you like to start?
So I have a varied slate of things that I do. So I substitute teach occasionally, including in West Des Moines. I teach private voice lessons, and I'm a freelance proofreader.
Awesome.
And I teach high school choir at Valley. And I've been so lucky to have Mackenzie in our classroom subbing, but also teaching a lot of my students voice lessons. Outside of that, the thing that's keeping me busy right now is planning for a wedding. I'm getting married next year. So that's what's taking up a lot of my time.
Congratulations. Oh, that's so exciting. What drew you both to sing with the Des Moines Choral Society in this year and in years past? Mackenzie?
I've always loved singing in a choir, that just communal sense of creating something beautiful together. And coming out of college, I knew I had to find some way to continue that experience. And it was an easy decision.
Awesome. Yeah, Wartburg, you rah, rah, rah. Love it. And Haley, what brought you to Des Moines Choral Society?
Yeah, so I definitely knew about the ensemble, but I was looking for something then to not only continue kind of professional development, but also interact with other great singers and people who love choral music. It's the perfect place to do both of those things.
Awesome. Well, we are so lucky to have Mackenzie and Haley here today to speak with us, but we also are so looking forward to their trio. So thanks so much. Here we go.
That tellest good tidings to Zion. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your God. Behold, the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. O thou that tellest good tidings to Zion, say unto the cities of Judah, behold, behold, the glory of the Lord, the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Na 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 hey ya na ha ya na na hey ya na ya no ha na hey yo no na 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 hey ya na ha ya na hey ya na ya no ha na hey yo no na ha ha ya na hey ya na ha ya na hey ya na ya no na hey ya na hey ya na na hey ya na ya no ha na hey yo no na na hey ya na Lord Jesus, na hey ya na ya no ruler of all ages, na hey ya na hey ya na ya no ha na hey yo no na.
Bring a torch to is sleeping, hush, hush. See how he smiles and dreams. Oh, bring a torch, Jeanette, Isabella, bring a torch to the manger stall. It is Jesus, good folks of the village. Christ is born and Mary's calling up. Ah, beautiful is the mother. Ah, beautiful, beautiful is the child.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Sturm,
And I'm Julie Sturm.
and we perform violin and cello with the Des Moines Choral Society. And we have done for years, and it's one of the things we truly look forward to each time we're asked to perform with them.
Even in our busy lives, going down to Des Moines and working with the choir and coming up with a performance worthy of an audience is always exciting, but it also always lifts my spirits. It just changes my life.
And I think we both agree that the Des Moines Choral Society in the city of Des Moines, which has many wonderful arts ensembles, is one of the treasures of this city. And it's always a privilege for us to perform with the Des Moines Choral Society.
Welcome back. Well, we're making progress. We've got a pan in the oven of peanut blossoms. I'm about ready to cut out the Swedish ginger cookies, and got that dough worked while nobody was paying attention. So I think this
Is that the boy or the girl?
Oh, we're going to start with the boy.
All right.
Yep. And start pressing these babies out as we go. And I think, one of the fun things about Christmas time is making cookies. But that's a pretty recent tradition, because that's another thing that Queen Victoria brought back. They had strong German roots and brought it back over to England, and then it came across with the English settlers as well as all of our German relatives. Well, you better get them.
Here we go.
Oh,
Peanut butter cookies coming up. Okay, Sue, let's do the chocolate.
Oh, I get to help?
You can do this side.
Do I get to eat any?
This when we're done.
Okay. Yes, Mom.
See, aren't those pretty?
They are beautiful. These are one of my favorites too.
And then the chocolate melts a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And I love that you use stars. A lot of recipes show the hurries she kisses, but I like the stars better because they're easier to eat. You don't have that pointy bit.
And like I said, the grandkids will come and pick out the stars, and then you just have a peanut butter cookie.
And that's not all bad either. Those
so they're
look
way hard.
Amazing.
And then we'll take them off so they can cool, and then they'll be ready to eat.
That sounds wonderful. Well, here we are, and we're busy. We're going to keep going in the kitchen. We'll see you in a bit. Take care.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the second annual Des Moines Choral Society Sing-A-Thon. This afternoon, we are raising money to support the Des Moines Choral Society. Right now, we are over $9,000 and we are working towards a goal of $12,000. If you are willing to support the Des Moines Choral Society, in the description box below, please click the link and donate to Des Moines Choral Society for all of the music that we make throughout the year. The Des Moines Choral Society will be also doing a Christmas concert next Saturday, December 11th at 7:30 at St. Ambrose. You can purchase tickets online at dmchoral.org. Thank you so much for your patronage this year and all year long. Next, we have Wendy Pausch, and she will be performing with her family this afternoon. Thank you for your time. Continue watching, and we'll see you back shortly.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou root of Jesse free, thine own from Satan's tyranny. From depths of hell thy people save, and bring them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou Key of David, come, and open wide our heavenly home. Make safe the way that leads on high, and close the path to misery. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, oh glory in the highest. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him. Oh come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be all glory given. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
would seem once more just to dream in the silvery moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin, glad tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us a figgy pudding, now bring us a figgy pudding, now bring us a figgy pudding, and bring it right here. We won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, so bring it right here. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin, glad tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hey everybody, Jackie with Local 5 ABC. So excited to be with you during this holiday season and very excited to talk about Des Moines Choral Society. This is an organization I have supported for many years. In fact, one of my first events that I did when I first moved to the Des Moines metro area as a journalist was to be one of their celebrity singers at a fundraiser where I was singing, "News, glorious news." I love this group. They have a lot of fun. They're exciting, and boy, are they just some incredible musicians. So thank you for tuning in to their Sing-A-Thon happening today. Please open up your hearts, your wallets if you can, and continue to support the Des Moines Choral Society. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Welcome back. We are closing out our 6th hour with the Des Moines Choral Society Sing-A-Thon. We are so close to meeting $10,000. We need just $164 left to meet $10,000. We have upped our goal to $12,000, but $164 would get us to our $10,000 earlier goal. Right now, I am joined by Emma Feldhans. She is doing a duet with Hannah Thiel. Welcome, Emma.
Hi, it's good to be here.
We're so glad that you're here with us today. So you and Hannah have met before. Will you tell us about how you met?
Yeah, so Hannah and I are both first year members in the Choral Society, but we actually met at Iowa State. We're both recent graduates, just graduated this past fall, and now we're both teaching music. Actually, we're both teaching middle school. I'm teaching 6th and 7th grade choir in Ankeny at Parkview Middle School, and then Hannah is teaching 6th through 8th grade, I believe, middle school choir in Boone. So we're both really excited for our first year of teaching.
Oh, that's fantastic. And were you two together in choir at Iowa State?
Yes, Hannah and I were both members of the Iowa State Singers. We took lots of our classes together, and we both did a couple opera studio productions together. So that's kind of the things that we did at Iowa State.
I love how you have done that in college, and then you two can sing together in Des Moines Choral Society too. That's fantastic. Well, how did you start singing before Iowa State?
Yeah, so I've been in choir since middle school. Just always really enjoyed the community that you can get from a choir ensemble. Really enjoyed it in high school and decided that I wanted to teach music, and so found Iowa State, and Dr. Rohde was kind of my first connection to collegiate music. So always enjoyed that, and really glad that I can continue doing that with the Choral Society.
And we are incredibly lucky to be under the direction of Dr. James Rohde. Every year he performs and brings together such a wonderful group and such wonderful pieces of music. What will you be sharing with us today?
So Hannah and I prepared a few carols. We accompanied each other. And then we also worked on Sisters from White Christmas, the movie. So that was really fun.
Great. And what do you have next after this today? Are you performing in the concert next Saturday?
Yes, Hannah and I will be performing in the concert next Saturday. Really excited for our first performance with the group.
Great. That performance again is next Saturday, December 11th at 7:30 at St. Ambrose downtown. You can get tickets online.
Hi, my name is Hannah Thiel.
And I'm Emma Feldhans.
We are first year members of the Des Moines Choral Society, so this is our first time participating in the Sing-A-Thon, but we are super excited to share the music that we've recorded with you tonight. We recorded a series of Christmas carols as well as Sisters from White Christmas. A couple of the carols that we sang were Up on a Housetop, Winter Wonderland, Deck the Halls, and The First Noel. We are recent graduates of Iowa State. I currently teach 5-8 middle school music at Boone.
And I teach 6-7 choir at Parkview Middle School in Ankeny.
So we really enjoy going down to Des Moines and singing with the Des Moines Choral Society on Sundays to create higher level music with other colleagues who also teach students during the week, and then are able to get together to create something a little bit more special and a little bit more magical. We hope you enjoy the music that we've recorded and that you have a happy, safe holiday with those that you care about. Thank you.
Thanks.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Hello, I'm Ann Selzer, and I sang with the Des Moines Choral Society for over 20 years, making it a meaningful part of my life. I came from a musical family, and we enjoyed all kinds of music, but I'd never had much formal training. I took my first voice lessons in my late 30s. I told my teacher I wanted to be a blues singer, and she said, well, let's start you with some Little Italian art songs. Turns out I really like Little Italian art songs. The benefit of the Choral Society, and one of the things I miss, was having beautiful music in my head all the time, always playing on background. I've been introduced to major works by brilliant composers, those from long ago and those who are still composing today. One of the things I just loved was the camaraderie, especially in the alto section, but really among all of the singers. And we put in a lot of hard work, and it was exhilarating to see our performances get better and better year after year after year. The Choral Society helped me become a musician, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that Des Moines has a top-notch choral group for all to enjoy, and I hope you will. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Sturm.
And I'm Julie Sturm.
And we perform violin and cello with the Des Moines Choral Society. And we have done for years, and it's one of the things we truly look forward to each time we're asked to perform with them.
Even in our busy lives, going down to Des Moines and working with the choir and coming up with a performance worthy of an audience is always exciting, but it also always lifts my spirits. It just changes my life.
And I think we both agree that the Des Moines Choral Society in the city of Des Moines, which has many wonderful arts ensembles, is one of the treasures of this city. And it's always a privilege for us to perform with the Des Moines Choral Society.
The Des Moines Choral Society has a 42-year tradition of bringing excellence in choral music and music outreach to Central Iowans. Our concert season begins December 11th, 1 week from today, with Christmas with the Choral Society at St. Ambrose Cathedral in Des Moines. Songs of the season, classical works with chamber orchestra, and a brand new work by Des Moines' own Elaine Hagenberg are guaranteed to get you in the holiday mood. View the Choral Society's complete season schedule and purchase tickets at dmchoral.org. We want to thank our current season sponsors, whose generosity helps that tradition to continue. And thanks to you for tuning in to our Sing-A-Thon fundraiser. Use the link in the description below to view the complete Sing-A-Thon schedule and make a donation to sponsor a singer. We wish you the happiest of holidays.